Good morning. It was a hell of a 49ers defensive performance on Sunday night. And today, I just want to share a brief word about one of the 49ers' more unheralded heroes. He's gone under the radar, but he's done so much for this franchise. And maybe it's fitting that he's gone under the radar because the 49ers acquired him in under the radar style. Back in 2020, middle of that COVID year, the 49ers made essentially a pick swap with the New York Jets, lower round picks, 7th and 6th round picks to acquire Jordan Willis. Chris Kasarik has developed Jordan Willis into a very productive edge rusher. And he was out for the first several weeks of this season because of a knee issue, underwent a little bit of a knee operation, but he was back, and he was back with a vengeance against the Los Angeles Chargers. 18 pass rushing snaps for Jordan Willis, but he logged 2 pressures in those 18 snaps, including the hit on 4th and 2 of Justin Herbert on the penultimate Chargers drive. It was what the 49ers need out of their edge rushers. Nick Bosa coming in hot off the spin move against Foster Sarell on one side against right tackle, and that spin move pushed Justin Herbert to the left right into the driving arms of Jordan Willis. The throw was obviously off target because it wouldn't be fun to get hit by Jordan Willis. But both edge rushers won. They collapsed the pocket, and that's what the 49ers needed, especially in a game where they're missing some of those pieces that could be roaring off the edge, right? Sansom Ebukam was out. Jordan Willis actually started in his place. But with Jordan Willis, it's about so much more than just his ability to be a good rotational pass rusher for the 49ers, part of the strength in numbers that they need up front on the defensive line. It's obviously about the special teams capability. He made one of the most famous plays in 49ers history with the punt block at Green Bay last year. But more than that, this guy is emblematic of the cohesiveness and the teamwork in the 49ers locker room. He's a really quiet guy. You're going to have a tough time getting Jordan Willis to say much. But when he does speak, it means more because those words are valued by the 49ers team. He's done one live press conference for the 49ers, and that was after they played the Packers in that divisional round game last year when he had the block. And his words, I think, are forever going to be remembered. Let's take a look at what Jordan Willis said after that game. Here you have everything up on the screen. Jordan Willis on why he didn't do okay, so first of all, he didn't do the press conference right after, but he met with the media via Zoom a day or two later. And then he explained why he didn't do a post-game press conference after his key blocked punt in Green Bay. I quote Jordan Willis, "I just didn't want to be taking all the praise for a team effort because this whole year has had such ups and downs for the team. So even though in that moment I was graced with the opportunity to block the punt, I don't want that to go down as the reason that we're sitting where we are. A lot of people have persevered to get here. All the work that the coaches have put in and night out, week in and week out, all the criticism Coach Shanahan has taken, all the criticism Jimmy Garoppolo has taken, all the criticism some of our top players on defense have taken. And they've all worked hard to dig us up out of this mess. I just didn't want one play to be a defining moment for all the hard work that this organization has put in to be where we are." I mean, I called that a wow moment at the time, and it's a wow moment still today. Emblematic of what the 49ers built last year, and I think that what they built last year is part of the larger operation they have going here year after year. When we try to project how the 49ers are going to do, we look at stuff like cohesiveness. We look at stuff like locker room attitude. I think Jordan Willis does a good job embodying the fact that the 49ers are on the positive track in that regard. And then we go back to a game like Sunday, 3 starting defensive linemen out. 49ers need some depth to step up in that position. Well, perhaps the biggest depth contribution they got was from a guy who hasn't played yet this year, coming off of a knee surgery, activated from IR on Friday, playing on Saturday. No, I think they activated him. Yeah. Activated from IR on Saturday, playing on Sunday. Let's stay with that. I think that's how the official order of events went, although the 49ers announced they're going to activate Jordan Willis on Friday. Anyway, he comes off of IR with that knee injury, all healed, and he contributes for the 49ers in a pinch when they need it. And by the way, this was a game where the 49ers defense saved their skins, right? Second half, we all know they only gave up 52 total yards. We all know they started really pressuring Justin Herbert with the help of some Fred Warner blitzes, but then Bosa and Willis both start winning simultaneously there toward the end as the 49ers play downhill. But think of the first half. Think of the fact that the 49ers, speaking of a block punt, had a punt blocked. Think of the fact that Brandon Ayuk fumbled the ball in the first half. The Chargers were moving down. They're about to make this game 17-3, but it was a Nick Bosa sack that made sure it stayed only 13-3. Could have been even worse. It could have been something like 21-3, right? But the defense held firm just enough in that first half, even when they were trying to figure stuff out, to make sure that the deficit never got too big. It was 13-3. Complimentary football is the way to play. I was in the 49ers locker room after the game talking to Spencer Burford about it. Complimentary football. I talk about complimentary football with a player after every single 49ers game. It's that big in their mentality. Shanahan really tries to imprint it in them. Complimentary ball. Burford said that's the way to play. Jordan Willis would tell you that's the way to play. I mean, Jordan Willis is contributing in multiple facets, but just thought of that quote from last year after the game against the Packers. Willis was a huge, huge part of this 49ers win against the Chargers. All right, everybody have a good Tuesday. Take care.